break chains. Everybody needs somebody, no doubt. Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul right now. Give me what you got, oh, oh, oh. Give me what you got, oh, 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 oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Cleveland comes out on offense, and we focus in on RG3, Robert Griffin III, who last year got injured in Week 1, wound up only making 5 starts. Obviously, the Browns struggled, Charles. What is his future? What is Robert Griffin III's future now?
To be determined in 2017 and really in the offseason of 2017. Totally healing up from the injuries he had in 2017.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, 75 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 play. To be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And we shift our attention to Alex Smith and company. Chiefs coming out on offense. And Alex Smith in 2016 had his best year yet as a pro, Charles. Threw for over 3,000 yards for the 5th time ever, but 3,500 total, 15 touchdowns with 8 interceptions.
But I thought he piloted that team very, very well, and I expect that to continue in 2017, despite what the naysayers may bring into this conversation.
To throw is Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Under.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And as the Cleveland Browns come back out onto the field, they'll get going again on offense here in a second. But 1-15 this last year. And it's a franchise that since moving back to Cleveland in '99 has only been to the playoffs one time.
Hard to believe, right? Just 2 winning seasons in that time frame
only 2.
as well. But I think there's optimism to be had here in Cleveland. I think that the fans, it's tough for them to see it after another 1-15 season. But I think that they have a plan in place to move this franchise forward. Ownership, front office, head coach, all in lockstep together with a vision and a plan that they intend to execute.
And all the way in. Touchdown. Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 40 yards. Add on to their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll fake the handoff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. On fourth down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Taken on the midfield logo. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Browns have a... set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field.
And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the...
You have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're...
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. On 1st and 10, Smith. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
We set the roof on fire. We set the roof
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful... Here's Kyle. Forbath now to get us started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And on the ground they go with a running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second down following the run. Out of the gun, Smith. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
To throw on second down is Smith. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45.
Brandon, another catch for Tyreek Hill. How do you defend him? Because kickoff return, punt return, catching the ball, whether it's a receiver out of the backfield, and, of course, you can run it with him, too.
Well, let me give you some numbers from last year. To your point, 12 total touchdowns, 6 of them receiving, 3 rushing, and 3 in the return game. If
you're an offensive coordinator and you can't diagram plays for this guy, turn in your clipboard. I don't want to downplay the run, but that's exactly what I expected out of him coming out of college. When I look back at my draft analysis, one of the highest-rated players on my board, a 3-down back who could do everything. And one of the best parts of his game is what he does when he doesn't have the football, because he carries it really well, but he blocks equally as well as pass protects for his quarterback. I think he's going to be special.
Here's Smith now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. And they'll go on the ground. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Ooh, that's taking a real chance on the opening drive of the ball game. I get wanting to be aggressive, but you don't want to leave your... Now, that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him, because otherwise you're still playing back on your heels, and that's not going to help your defense at all.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line, pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand them up, but they end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, I know you play the fantasy football game, and Adrian Peterson has to be a popular pick for owners. But this year, a tough season for him. A knee injury early limited him to 72 yards total for the season.
Yeah, early indeed. Week 2 on that knee injury. So 72 yards, as you said, for the year. Came back, admirable, hoping to get him into the playoffs, but didn't look like he was ready to return.
One guy I never count out, though, is Adrian Peterson. I expect a monster return in 2017. In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Again, Peterson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of down. Start of this next possession, the score 7-0. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
And this is going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well. Interception. This offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last drive 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. So the offense has it 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost. Threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school and when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. It's Hill, complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
And that's the risk. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position. Inside the 10.
Move 45! Move 45!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry up. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football.
at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Robinson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Here's Smith. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles.